Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We just made it back to town. Barely. Wario had 2 HP left when we staggered through the gates. We're out of potions. We're in rough shape. We don't have enough money to buy that new armor. You know, that one. Would be nice. Not absolutely necessary, to tell you the truth, but it would be nice to have it. Instead, we're gonna hit up the old magic shoppy. 1, fire 3. I will be going and doing some money grinding once we're done here. 1 cure 3. 2 cure 3s. Those. That'll work for now. We're gonna take a trip. Like some oceans first. Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about it. Alright. Ran into, I think, one type of enemy we hadn't seen before while I was doing my off-screen stuff, but I'm sure we'll see it again. They're fairly common. Speaking of the devil, Lesser Tiger. Now it's 2 halves of a Lesser Tiger. Nothing special about them, just damage. All they do. The Titan's Cave. That's a Titan. He's kind of a jerk. Look at that Rockman ass. Not the best walking animation ever, guys. It's like you weren't even trying. We gotta go beat up the vampire to get the ruby to give to that guy. These are a little out of the way, but I'm gonna grab them. Could have saved a little bit of money in getting that helmet here instead of going and buying it, but I didn't want to. So this axe, it's a rare axe. It's the only one like this in the game. Not as good as our swords by quite a bit, so that's why we're not using it. Decided I'd try and look up some interesting factoids for the game since, you know, we can talk so much in between battles. Didn't find any. None. Like, the most interesting thing was this was made with, now don't laugh, because it says that they made this so it would have the graphical and audio standard. The graphical and audio standard set by Final Fantasy IX. Yeah. Got that. This is the Sage's Cave. You talk to somebody in town, they tell you this guy's here. Come talk to this guy. It's like, you beat up the vampire, but that wasn't good enough. There's a guy under there, so you gotta take this stick. So, you see, we had to go and kill the vampire to get the ruby to give to the Titan so we could go through the Titan's Cave to get the stick from this guy to go back to where we fought the vampire in the next room to use the stick on the floor so we can go downstairs even farther to beat up the guy who was the vampire's boss. Because the vampire is just really middle management. You see? Fighting a lot of shadows here. What's our money? 8,000, we could buy one other spell. You still can't even use that. I want him to have 1 fire 3 charge before we go down to the bottom of the cave, because that's going to help immensely. So we will have to do some grinding. Mostly for money, but for some levels too, I guess. I don't know what level he gets that charge. I don't usually use red wizards a lot, as much as I like them. I don't use them very often. I kind of feel like they gave up on the class about this point in the game because so few things become available to him. Not great. Why are we doing all this on screen? Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go back to town. I'm going to buy Dia 3 for you with that 8,000 we got. Then I'm going to go back to that Peninsula of Power place where the endgame monsters are. I'm going to get a bunch of money. Oh, folks, saved you some time. Level 15 got us a single charge. Didn't do much in way of shopping other than items. Need items, you know. So sleeping bags have replaced the original tent. Tents have replaced the original cabins. We talked about cottages and houses. So real quick, couple of things. Remember those wizards, the Pisco demons that we fought in the bottom of the marsh cave? They show up here. See this drop option? Not in the original. Once you bought a spell, you were stuck with it. You cannot run from the Pisco demons because it's a scripted fight to get that crown. So it's just been scripted into that enemy type that you can't run from it, which sucks. Didn't buy the armor. Didn't do it. Did buy heal 2, which in this game you can use outside of battle. In the original, you couldn't. You could only use it in battle. So, there's that rod. We use it. And it does that. That needed a cutscene. Alright. I don't remember if there's any treasure down this far or not. Okay, these are new. I hate them. I hate a lot of things. I have 1 gold needle that we got from a treasure chest, I think. I might have 2, which means someone gets turned to stone, I can fix it twice. Think. Find out. I have 2. Okay. If everybody gets turned to stone, game over. It's just game over. So we don't want that. Generally, I run from these because they will show up in very large groups. And large groups of them's potential for instant game over. And I don't like that. Well, maybe. Yeah. Right inside the door. No. Get out of my way. This one might be a scripted fight. I don't remember. These are Sphinx. I believe they can poison. Not. I think they're weak to fire, but I'm trying to save my fire. Would you? Wario, here at about level 15, has decided he can do 100 damage in a physical hit, which is kind of nice. About time. Still could be better. Money, lots of money, more money. This one's probably a scripted. Yep, 2 new things. Ogre Mages and Hyenodons, which... The Ogre Mages just have some buffs and debuffs, I think, and the Hyenodons are just pure physical attack. They don't do anything special. Not very strong. There's that blink spell that we slept on. It's one of the spells they like to cast. Again, I don't know why that particular ogre gets health back. Oh no. Ogre mages are not strong. They've got a lot of health and they can cast spells, but you know, other than that, they ain't really worth worrying about too much. We will look at all the new enemies we ran into once we're done. A whole 1 staff. That was the same group we just fought. There's nothing special about that staff. It is the 10 gold staff that you buy at the beginning of the game. And we haven't grabbed all the treasures. We're not going to grab all the treasures. We will come back later and grab more treasures. Okay, okay. For some reason, this far down are gray imps and those lizards that we ran into way back before we got the boat. They don't show up anywhere above this usually. Alright, last floor. We want to be in the lower left. That was 8 tarantulas. I'm surprised we got out with only 1 poison. There we go. Before we go in, though, top up everybody a little bit. This is why I bought so many. Because we're going to use a lot of them over the course of the game. Okay. It's me! See, the original didn't have the animation, but it would be like, it was much more dramatic. It's like, the orb cracks open and pestilence spills out, blah, blah, blah. Much cooler. Before we do... Oh, I used all my ice. Okay. This is a good time for haste. But, I screwed up. Used all my ice, too. So there's our single fire 3. This is Lich, our first big boss of the game. And the big bosses are either very tough or very easy. I don't know why his eyes are different colors. We have brand new music for the boss fights. Lich, even though is a skeleton, these spells don't work on him, which kind of sucks. So Wario is just going to do straight physical damage, Red's going to do magic damage, and our white mages will take care of keeping everybody alive, as would you expect. Haste would have been really nice, because Wario could have got a couple of extra hits in each turn. But magic generally works a lot better on these bosses than physical attacks anyway. Actually, probably pretty close to being it. Sleep 2 is just more effective sleep. That's all there is to that. There we go. Lich has a variety of really nasty spells, which didn't cast any of. It's lucky for us. A little bit of experience, a little bit of gold. Got a cutscene for this. It's never explained if the things we have, the crystal shards, are recharging the big ones. If the big one's broke, like in the dark crystal, and we're just putting them back together. Yeah, none of that's really gone into. Your guess is as good as mine there, folks. This is the altar of Earth. Hooray! Step on this. and we leave. That's it. We're done. We're done in there. Go down the bottom right, you see we got a lit up thing. Works for us. Let's go back to town. And we're back. What do we got? Buy that armor. Let's go buy that armor. Why not? I usually skip it. But we'll buy it today. 34 defense. How much better is it than the other armor? 10. 10's better. Not that he's taking a whole ton of damage right now. Anyway, so that. Okay. You guys remember Crescent Lake? Well, that's where we're heading next. And now we're actually going to sequence break a tiny bit. Once I kind of figured out you could do this, I started doing it this way all the time. But I'll save you guys all the backtracking and everything, and I'll just see you when we get there. Which, let's do it next time. Well, turns out, that wasn't as long as I thought, so we'll do a little more. Sorry, folks. So, having beat up Lich, we can come here and talk to these guys. As, you know, game intended. Both sages, blah, blah, blah. Earth, fire, water, and wind. Means of chaos are seizing the elements. Decompose the world. There's an altar. For both the past and the future. Wind appeared 400 years ago, water 200. They destroyed the northern civilization. Earth fiend melts the earth. Fire fiend burns everything. Restore the light. There's a mystery. Bring the 4 crystals. Fire slept in a volcano. Destroy it before it destroys everything else. Well done, you defeated the Earth Fiend. We woke up the Fire Fiend, though. This guy gives us a canoe. Now, it is implied, basically because we've been outright told by the game, that we need to take that canoe and we need to go to the volcano, fight the Fire Fiend, blah, blah, blah. We are not going to do that. We're going to do something else. Which actually kind of saves us a bit of a trip or two. Here's how the canoe works. You just go in shallow water. There are enemies in the shallow water, though, so be careful. And there will come a point in the game, if you're not familiar with it, where you're just kind of left on your own to explore. And doing so will lead you here. Now, one thing you can do with the boat is just get off and get right in the canoe. So instead of going and dealing with some fire stuff, we're going to go deal with some ice stuff. This is where our coral sword will come in handy. We get an extra hit, which means a little extra damage. Let's see if I can remember the way through here. That's where we want to go. I think this is it. The Neochu. Not to be confused with an Ochu, which I think we can also run into in rivers. Wonderful. Big damage and poison. So this guy's got some physical defense is what I'm gathering from this. So let's cast Bolt on him. No. Wow, 3 for 3 on the poison. That sucks. Level up out of it, though. I'll take it. You need it. Excuse me. About the 175-ish mark. There we go. Because we've got tents and all that other stuff, we'll be fine. Yeah, there we go. River monsters hurt, man. Red's health lost like 70 in one hit. I still somehow feel like we've slowed down. Like all the enemies are going first now. Anyway, we're gonna use a couple of these. Nope. We'll use 3 of these. Nope. So we're just gonna fast forward it. One thing in the original, we didn't have to go through all that nonsense. It just did a quick fade, and you were done. She still don't love it. So, we're not supposed to do this yet, but we're going to do it because it actually makes everything else a little bit easier. Those Pisco demons are here. We can't run from them. Mummies! We haven't run into mummies yet. The earliest we could have is that treasure room in the Northwest Keep, or Astos' castle. Something else I forgot to mention, being able to change your equipment mid-battle. Also new to this game. There's a lot of petrification enemies in here, so we're gonna try and be careful. If it happens one more time, we in trouble. Don't want that anyway. Because that counts as them being dead and they don't get any experience points for it. Since we just saved right outside, I'm not too concerned about reloading a save. Mummies can put you to sleep when they hit you. I don't know why, but that's just the thing mummies do, I guess. Anytime, buddy. Just cast the spell. Please, Louise. Yeah, no. That was 7 Pisco demons. Not doing that. Okay. It's not a fun place. All 4 of these might be new. I think. There's lots of undead in the bottom floors of this cavern. Come on, anytime. This is why we cast it twice, because sometimes damage just sucks. Dead before I got a chance to attack. Still gets a hit, thank God. Wonderful. I'm not wasting that charge on one enemy. If it was MP, it'd be different, but if it, you know, it's one spell is one spell. Ain't doing that. This floor is really bad. Alright. Ice Gygus, or an ice giant. Nothing special, it's just a giant, just stronger. A little more weak to ice. There are a couple of things in this cave that are absolutely no fun to fight. And hopefully we don't run into them because they show up in groups, and one group, if it does the thing it can do, will just kill you. This money's good. Okay, see that thing in the middle? That's what we want. Well, we can't get to it because the floor is all screwed up. I might reload this. Yep. I don't think we want that anyway. Wonderful. Yeah, so these guys can kill you in one hit. Just because. Just because. I really hate some of the enemies in this game. Alright, flame sword. Good. Take it, because it's better than the mithril sword. Especially in this cave. I'm going to try this again. Because we're here and we're going for completion, you know. Okay, just one I think we can handle. Maybe. And I mean that maybe when I say maybe. Alright. Hate fighting things that can just insta-kill you. Absolutely hate it. Yeah, all of that for beginning of the game mage armor. Look, we got a fall and battle tile. Oh, this is actually not too bad. Usually it's full. There's like 8 or 9, but it's all undead. So that's not too bad. But of course, since everybody can be paralyzed, you know, it may as well be. Go ahead and do that again. Anytime. If you kill them before they can attack, they don't get to attack, you know. No? Alright. That's fine. Whatever. Oh, now everybody wakes up. This is another one of those areas we'll be revisiting later. Please just hit something. Jeez. I know you're wizards and it's not your job, but come on. We will be revisiting this to pick up all of the treasures. This is ice. Stepping on it will hurt you. So we're just gonna preemptive get everybody back up to 175-ish. This is them. So, winter wolves are wolves, clearly. They show up in packs, like I said, and they have this one attack called like Snowstorm or something. And it can do 20 to 100 damage to the whole party. So yeah, if there's more than 2 of them, you could just get a game over. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Just a potion, which is fine. This isn't that far out of the way, so we'll grab it. $10,000. That's more Pisco Demons. And that is not a battle tile. More Pisco Demons that we can't run from. these. Red is not having a good time. Ice shield. You can't use it. Didn't think so. So this works well on fire. This protects against fire. Or the flame sword works well on ice. All right, battle tile right here. The evil eye, the only place he shows up in the game. He's a jerk. He's got some nasty I kill you in one hit kind of things. Apparently he knows bolt too. Kind of a glass cannon, but you know, don't mess with them anyway. Make sure you grab this. Now guess what? We get to do this whole stretch again. Again, lucked out. Only 4 enemies there. More mind flayers, the leveled up Pisco demons that can kill you in one hit, no matter how much damage they do, so we're just running from them. Now we just kind of backtrack to get out. We'll come back later and get everything in the bottom of this. So that was 4 Dark Wizards that did 3 Fire 3s in a row and just wiped out everybody. That was 3 Dark Wizards who did Fire 3 and wiped out everybody. Now to get out, we go around this way. There's another 7 Pisco demons. We haven't leveled up since we got here. Another 3,000 to go. Alright, good. We're done. Get me out. Don't want to do it anymore. We'll go back later. Now, last thing we're gonna do. We gotta go back and get on the boat. So I'll just see you guys back on the boat. Okay? Okay. We come down this way. We use that same trick to get off the boat here. And then we come in here. And use our Levistone. Something magic happens. An NPC somewhere tells you that there's something buried in the desert. It's very cryptic. Everybody gets so on like Zelda 2 for being really cryptic and weird, but nobody seems to care about Final Fantasy 1 being really cryptic and weird. There's equally as much obscure stuff that you're just supposed to remember, you know? We got an airship. That's wonderful. We're gonna leave it here. We are not going to use the airship. I mean, we could. A lot more walking if we do. Yeah, now we can fly and go places. Look, there's where we did our leveling up. There's where we got our boat. There's where we started. There's where the elves live. Marsh Cave. There's the other castle, which, if you've got the ship and the canoe, you can just park right there. Get on the canoe and walk. Dwarf Cave, there's Melmond. This takes us to the Dwarf Cave. That's where we fought Garland. There's this little hunk of land right up here. There's no reason at all to go over here. There is nothing up here. all. Now we can get up north. These holes. There are no docks. There's nowhere to dock your ship up here. So you have to have the airship to get up to do this part of the game. Except where we're gonna go. Find it. Right here. This castle. We're gonna go visit this castle. Now, normally, you'd get your airship, you'd park it here. You'd walk. You'd get here, cross the river in your canoe, get the ship. Or you park over here and you walk this way, which is a tiny bit shorter. Or you get in your boat and you sail up here and you do what we just did and you get off. And you only have to walk that far. It's much, much better. So that's what we're gonna do. There's the Marsh Cave. But we're gonna do that next time. For now, we're gonna get on the boat. We're gonna go back to Elfland. We're gonna sleep at the inn there. See this whole stretch of land up here? No reason to go there, ever. I mean, you can fight enemies there. Just like you can get off the boat and get on the canoe there. No reason to. There's nothing. We're just gonna come and stay here because it's cheaper than going back to Crescent Lake. And we need the boat anyway. So we can sell one of those. We're gonna sell that. I'm gonna sell that. Do we want to keep the mithril, not the mithril sword, the coral sword? We will keep it for a little while. Keep it equipped for a little while. We're going to top up our items. One of those. Three of those. One of those. From now on, every time we kind of finish a little segment, we'll stop and top up our items. Now, we're going to call this an episode, and next time, we're getting on the boat, we're going up north, and we're going to do the thing. Then, we'll pick up where we're supposed to go. Sound good? Sound good.